Hi, Gerald Rowley's Functional Nutrition Consultant here at the Natural Health Improvement Center. And today we're going to talk about the kidneys, kidney health, also known as renal recharge. And the kidneys are extremely important. They work together with the liver, and together, the liver and the kidneys help remove toxins. But the kidneys do so much more than just removing toxins. Of course, we're urinating, right? We're excreting toxins via urine. They help with maintaining proper fluid levels. Okay, so if you think about blood pressure, right? Blood pressure rises and blood volume may be rising too. And so it's important that we have the proper amount of water in our body at all times. And that's where the kidneys are working together also closely with the pituitary gland and the adrenal gland, because when we're thinking about having proper blood pressure and blood volume, there are certain hormones that those organs, those glands are sending to the kidneys saying like, hey, we need you to excrete more water, as well as sodium and potassium. So minerals are extremely important for balanced kidney health. And you got to make sure that you're eating your green leafy vegetables or taking certain formulas that are rich in potassium and magnesium and sodium, and making sure that your kidneys are being supported. Now, many of us can have kidney related issues. And what does that look like? Could be blood in the urine. It could be maybe low back pain, right? Your kidneys are actually located in your lower back. And so if they start to swell, that can present as back pain. Oftentimes, I have my chiropractic colleagues, they're adjusting the patients and the back pain doesn't go away. And then we collaborate to help check to see if the kidneys are doing okay. And if not, then we're going to provide specific support. You can order blood work to see if your kidney markers are actually doing well. And typically, what we order are uric acid. So, uric acid is associated with symptoms of gout, pain starting maybe in the big toe, and it can go to other joints. We're also looking at BUN, blood urea nitrogen. That is developed from eating protein. And when you digest and break down the protein, you are actually releasing nitrogen in the blood. And we want to make sure that your body's capable of removing that nitrogen and other toxic substances like ammonia. And so the kidneys are responsible for doing that. So we measure BUN. We also measure creatinine. Creatinine is actually a byproduct of exercise, of using your muscles. So individuals who tend to have more muscle mass are going to have higher creatinine levels in general, but that doesn't mean your kidneys are in bad shape, but your kidneys could benefit because your kidneys at the end of the day are responsible for removing creatinine. When I was younger, I used to have exercise induced asthma. I would exercise and the creatinine levels would increase, but then my kidneys were not able to remove that excess of creatinine. And then I started developing symptoms associated to asthma because of the inflammation in my body. So if anybody has any type of exercise induced muscle pain or inflammation, be sure that your creatinine is getting tested in your next blood test, and then we can help you out. Also, some individuals who have kidney dysfunctions may also experience edema or swollen ankles or feet, right? Water retention. So there might be an issue with water retention. It could be an issue with the kidneys, but also the adrenals and the heart. So you want to take a look to make sure you're conducting a thorough blood panel and you're speaking with your healthcare professional about what is potentially going on. There'll also be trouble sleeping. So, are you waking up in the middle of the night multiple times? Now, technically, that's not really a kidney issue. The kidneys are doing something. They're making urine that's causing you to wake up. But oftentimes, this is a liver issue because in Chinese medicine, we know that from 1 to 3 a.m., that is the liver hour. That's the liver power hour. It's actually purifying the blood. And if it's not able to do that due to a poor diet or increased exposure to heavy metals and chemical toxicities, then the liver is unable to purify the blood, and then the kidneys take over, thus helping someone wake up multiple times and making frequent trips to the toilet. So if that's happening, definitely you want to find some help to support the kidneys as well as the liver. So a lot of different issues that revolve around the kidneys. And I really love certain formulas. Aside from drinking water, right? Water is going to be important, but there's formulas that support the kidneys. And I'm actually on some of them. My family's on them. I have a lot of our patients here are on them. And a couple of them are Arginex. And Arginex is a fermented product, right? It's a product that was made through the process of fermentation because when we didn't have refrigerators, we preserved our foods and we fermented them all the time. And we received the probiotics and the nutrients that these probiotics would ferment the food into. So many of us are not eating fermented foods. And because of that, we're undernourished of specific nutrients found in fermented foods. And Arginex is a specific formula that Dr. Roy Lee created and developed by fermenting Spanish moss. So it's a very specific fermentation that's taking a specific herb and providing nutrients, especially arginase. Arginase is an enzyme in the kidneys that helps to run the urea and ornithine cycle to eliminate toxins. So I love Arginex. I'm on it. I think I have a couple family members on it. And the next formula I love is Reena Food. Reena Food is an amazing formula. It actually helps to rebuild the kidneys because it has kidney in it and it has some other amazing foods. I want you to think about a kidney bean. You know, what is a kidney bean shaped like? Well, a kidney, and hence the name kidney beans. And that is a very supportive food for the kidneys when properly sprouted. So you'll find in Reena Food, it has kidney in there as well as kidney beans and many other nourishing foods for the liver. There's another formula called the renotrophin PMG. The PMG is a Pronom Morphogen. And so that's providing the body the nucleic acids, the blueprint, so that we can help the kidney function at a high level all the time. So the Pronom Morphogens are my favorite in the Standard Process line, and no other company has them. So some things you can actually do now if you're concerned about your kidney health. Number one is make sure you are on a low carbohydrate diet. Okay, it can be a Mediterranean diet, a ketogenic diet, it can be a carnivore diet, paleo diet. Just be cutting down the carbohydrates because sugar will build up in the body. And unfortunately, when sugar is in the body at high concentrations, that leads us into a pre-diabetic state or a diabetic state. And it's our kidneys that actually clean the glucose out of the blood when the liver can't handle it. So back in the old days, doctors used to actually taste the urine before there were blood panels. And if the urine tasted sweet, it meant that the person was diabetic. They were over-consuming sugar and refined carbohydrates to the point where the kidneys were now eliminating. Now, glucose is a very large molecule, and it actually hurts the kidneys to excrete it. So if anybody out there has any blood sugar imbalances, make sure you're on some form of kidney support just to keep them strong and healthy. Another blood marker I forgot to add is EGFR. So we conduct that test also in our clinic. We run uric acid, creatinine, BUN, EGFR, and we want to check to see and make sure, okay, nothing is remarkable about the kidneys. If you are looking to support the liver and the kidneys, we have an amazing 21-day purification program. I got another blog post on that. I'll put the link so you can click on that and you can look into actually helping your kidneys, your liver, your lymph, all detox. And ideally, we are not detoxing through the skin. The skin is unfortunately the most uncomfortable method of detoxing. It's when your liver can't eliminate the toxins, your kidneys can't eliminate the toxins, and it tries to come through the skin. So be sure to make sure that you are actually supporting your liver and your kidneys at all times and making sure your blood sugar is stable. And if you need additional help, you can use the 21-day purification program to jumpstart you back to health. If you have any questions regarding kidney health or detox or any health challenge whatsoever, feel free to reach out to us anytime here at nhicenter.com.